The first aspiration in football has always been to draw a smile on the faces of its followers and draw a white page for a game that today has become the most popular in the world and attracts the attention of young and old, far and wide through its continuous journeys that last only for 90 minutes, but its memory remains immortal forever. However, this football will become a pariah, and blackness will prevail on its white pages when some deadly fanatic concepts prevail in it. Those concepts that may kill people's lives for a game whose ultimate goal was a smile and sportsmanship. And the history of football will not forget the incident in 1994 that claimed the life of Andres Escobar, player and defender of the Colombian national team, at the hands of a gang of 3 individuals who fired 12 bullets into his body after he left a restaurant in the Colombian city of Medellin. But what are the reasons for this? And why will football not forget that incident? Hello guys, I am Mark from Amazing Videos TV. Today we will talk about Andres Escobar, the man football killed. To stay up to date with our future videos, please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you get notified each time we post new videos. So, without any ado, let's dive into the video. The history of the World Cup, specifically in 1994, tells that the Colombian national team entered that tournament as one of the candidates to reach the advanced roles. Despite the bad start of the national team at the time, losing to Romania 3-1, the Colombian fans still had hopes that their team would reach the advanced roles. The Colombian national team was in the second round of the group stage on June 22, 1994, on a date with the U.S. national team, in a match that Escobar did not know would affect his fate. The minutes of the first match passed until the time of the match reached the 34th minute, which will not be forgotten by the pages of the history of Colombian football, as the American national team striker John Harkes sent a cross that Escobar mistakenly put into his own net before he fell to the ground out of grief for making that mistake, so that his colleagues gathered around him and provided him with moral support to complete the match. Colombia fell in that match, losing 2-1, and the star of its defensive line, Escobar, fell. After that incident, Escobar faced a lot of psychological pressure that burdened him, so he himself wrote a brief column in a Colombian newspaper, in which he said, "Life does not stop at a point, and it must continue. Whatever difficulty we are facing now, we have to go back and stand again. We now have 2 options, either let despair and disappointment seize us and paralyze us, or allow ourselves to rise again and try and sow hopes. Accept my sincere respect and appreciation, and I realize how difficult moments were for everyone, but let us meet well because life does not end here." After that, the Colombian team bid farewell to the tournament, and its mission returned to the country, and the days passed, and Escobar did not know that he had only 10 days left in this life on this earth, and that his words passed unnoticed. On the evening of the 1st of July of that year, Escobar went out with some of his friends and girlfriends to a restaurant in the Colombian city of Medellin, so that this city would be a witness to the disaster and the black page in the history of Colombia. 3 soccer criminals whose hearts were blinded by black notions did not forget that night that Escobar was the man who brought down their country's national team in the World Cup, filling his defenseless body with 12 bullets. 12 bullets. That is, the number of times the word jewel that the Colombian commentator fired in that match after Escobar's goal by mistake, as they thought through it that they might extinguish the fire of leaving the tournament. Escobar passed away, and sadness overwhelmed most of the streets and alleys of his city. Sadness prevailed among his colleagues in the national team, and the reactions to Escobar's death expressed the extent of the pain left by an accident that was perhaps the worst in the entire history of football. Escobar's teammate Alexis Garcia, who had to be one of the identifiers of Escobar's body after his death, recounts those moments and says, "I have never gone through worse moments in my life. How hard and sad it was to see my friend with vitality and good spirit in front of me, just a dead body because of his mentality, criminal retarded." While his other colleague in the national team, Luis Fernando Herrera, says, "I did not think that the country was killing its own people with such brutality, and today I made sure of that." The news of Escobar's death shocked the whole world at the time of football followers, and shocked everyone who was waiting for the other matches in the World Cup. Matches that were supposed to be decorated with jewels and whites, but blackness prevailed over that incident, which confirmed to everyone at the time that Colombia is a country of mafias in which criminals move according to the whims they desire. The news of Escobar's death was not as harsh as his words were quoted by the Colombian journalist González Medina after his death, where he says, "I was in a dialogue with Escobar before the World Cup and asked him, why do you like football and not others? Why don't you play, for example, the famous bullfighting we also have? Lee, in football, my friend, no blood is shed, no one dies. Football is life, so how do you want me to play a sport in which there is death?" Okay guys, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you found it entertaining. Did you know another murders occurred as a result of soccer fanaticism? Let us know in the comments section, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.